Hello, people of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, people elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my soaps can be purchased people.etsy.com. And today I want to talk to the soapers out there. Every now and then, probably hasn't happened to you yet, but somewhere down the line, it might. It happened to me on my third batch. You might come across a bad batch. This bad batch happened, and I wish I had kept the bags to show you, but I did take pictures of everything, and it will be on my blog. But the batch, it began its life out of my bad attitude, my arrogance. I was running out of supplies. Instead of recalculating the lye for the amount of oil I had, I went, nah, it'll be okay. Soap don't play like that, people. It don't play. If you can't calculate the lye for what you have, or you can't put the oils, which has not been mixed with the lye, up until you get more to add to, to make the right amount of measurements, don't go ahead and soap it, okay? This batch looked perfect. Smelled okay. So forth. So when I went to take it out the mold, it was mushy and soft and practically tore in half. So I left it in there. And that's when I noticed it was leaking. Well, fortunately, a very wise soaper told me, never touch, never soap, never do anything concerning lye without putting on your gloves first. So I had on my gloves because I was about to handle and cut the soap. So at this point, when I seen that it was leaking, and it didn't look oily, because sometimes oils separate, I took a litmus paper and just kind of like dropped it in this liquid that was pooling at the bottom of it. It turned black. That's pH 14, pH 13. In other words, it's still caustic lye. The top was relatively hard, but not quite. I figured, okay, leave it a couple of days. I asked questions and everything. Did some research, found out that's called Cosolite liquid. If you have to rebatch it, you have to gather all this liquid that came out of it and all the materials, do it all over. You can't leave anything out because otherwise you'll have lye heavy or you'll have oil heavy. Anyway, I figured, well, if I can't use it, I'm going to just toss it. Then that brought me to more research. In the United States, you can't just throw things out in the city of Cincinnati, especially because, you have gray lines, you have table water, et cetera, et cetera. You have a hazardous waste procedure. Just like those newfangled mercury light bulbs, don't just throw those away if they, go out or whatever. There's a procedure. You can't just put that in the garbage because if that stuff gets into the groundwater or in the drinking supply, it's going to make people sick. Anyway, I figured if nothing else, I'll just let it sit for a couple of days, maybe cure it, so forth, so on. Well, when I went to cut it, this stuff was mushy, like Play-Doh. Literally, you could squish it up like Play-Doh. And it still was testing as a caustic. So I figure, well, if nothing else, because, according to Rumpke, wrap it up in plastic, bring it to them. They are 19 miles away from where I live at. Right. So I figure, okay, if carting it off is an option, maybe I'll just wait till it cools down to a normal pH before I throw it away. And then it occurred to me, hello, citric acid and vinegar both neutralizes lye. So what I did was I took the cut bars, gloved hands, mind you, plastic bag, hold on. I have a lot of bags like these. They're, you find them in the kitchen section, like where you get Ziploc bags or whatever, except for these have a opening and you use a twist tie to connect them. I usually just tie them in a knot before whatever I need. Anyway, I took, here comes a call, just when I'm doing something. I took half of the bars and put it in one bag and the other half I put it in the other bag. And then I